Yeah, alright. Today I'm going to talk about my next-gen experience I've had with Microsoft and PS3. Okay, so basically, I got my PS3 360 at the end of July 2007. Oh, it was almost August. And I had my first job at McDonald's. I was working there. I don't work there anymore. And I worked there for over a year. I had about $1,000 in my bank account. So my friend was telling me to get an Xbox. I still had the PS2 at that time. I was still playing it like crazy. But he's telling me to get the Xbox, my best friend, and I listened to him. And I wanted a PS3, but you know, my mom was like, it cost too much, which it did at that time. But even though I knew, now that I know 360 costs more in the long run, and PS3 doesn't actually cost that much. It should cost less, like I said in my other videos, or cost more. So I bought the 360, even though I wanted a PS3. It's all because my friend kept telling me. If it wasn't for my friend, I probably wouldn't even have an Xbox ever. I'd probably just get a PS3. So I bought the 360. And like, you know, it had better games back then. Obviously, like BioShock was an exclusive. Halo, if you even want to count Halo, it's a good game. Gears of War 2. Oh, Gears of War 2 came out in 2008 November, so I'm not gonna count that. But yeah, I had it. I was enjoying it for the most part, I guess. Splinter Cell Double Agent and Forza 2 came with it. 60 gig with the Xbox Live or headset. So I played Splinter Cell for like a month. Until I got my first, not even a month, until I got my first disc error that popped up. So I'm like, whatever, I'll restart it. It never happened until I got Gears of War again from my friend. I bought it off him for like $50, and then literally every hour of gameplay that I played, it kept saying disc error. You know, turn the system off, call Microsoft, whatever, blah blah blah. I turned the 360 off, turned it back on, same thing. An hour later, same shit happened, disc error. And it kept happening on Gears of War. I'm like, maybe I'll get a new copy, right? Because it did have scratches on it. So I do that, get a new copy. It works fine. It's working fine for a long time. And then I also had Call of Duty 2, which I bought for like $20. So I played that for a long time. It works fine. Until, I mean, I had disc errors on Condemned 2 and shit, too. Or, yeah, because I had Condemned 2. And it had, or Condemned 1, sorry. And it had, like, you know how 360 is supposed to be really loud when you're playing? It actually goes silent, and then it makes a little, like, crunching sound. And then disc error pops up. So like, I guess I needed an air cooler. Shit, that didn't help at all. For the most part it did, but a lot of time it didn't. So when I got got more disc errors on that game. So I got Call of Duty 2, I started playing that. What's it called? I turned it off. I played for like 2 hours, I turned it off. Later on I played again. Guess what happened? ROD. I got the red ring of death. I called my friend up, I'm like, fuck man, you shouldn't have got an Xbox. He's like, shit. And he had an Xbox, so he bought it like a few weeks after I bought mine in end of July. He said his was working fine. So, you know, I'm like, fuck. I got the red ring of death. But when I didn't know it wasn't the red ring of death at first. It was the 4 lights, which means the wires or cables are not properly put in or whatever. I unplugged those, put it back in. It worked fine. But every time I put it on, every second time I turned it on or whatever, the 4 red rings flash, I think. And then for some reason when they're still flashing you can play. But anyways, then later on I actually got the red ring of death, so I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, the warranty, yeah, but I'm like, it's not worth it. Just get a fucking PS3. So I get rid of that shit. I get a PS3 after the next day, and I got Resistance and Motorstone with it, and I loved it ever since. And I'm like, yeah, I should have got a PS3 in the first place. So like a lot of other people, like Solid Rev, I know he was a 360 fanboy, and I was too. But at the end of 2007, I got my PS3 in January 13th of 2008, and it's been fine ever since. And my friend, his Xbox broke too. We took it over to my house. This was like a few months ago. We took it over to my house. It had a tray problem. The tray wouldn't come out properly. There's a few ways to fix that. You can take the rubber band out from the tray inside, clean it, put it back in, but it takes a lot of, I guess, takes a lot of time because you can't, if you miss it and it goes at the bottom of the Xbox, you're fucked. So I took it out, took a while, I cleaned it, put it back in, still same shit. My friend's like, fuck it, just like I did. We smashed the 360 into my basement, and then a few weeks later we got a PS3. So we've been playing PS3 for a long time now, or a few months, or like a month. And then he calls me a couple days ago, he's like, yo, I sold my PS3. I'm like, what the fuck, why? He's like, I got an Xbox again. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, fuck PS3, I like Xbox better. And that just fucking, that pissed me off. Like, I didn't even want to be friends with him after. I was like, so, he's like a fanboy like everybody else on YouTube, so I was kind of pissed off that he went with Xbox again, even though it broke. I'm like, why do you hate PS3? And he basically hung up. He had no reason, just like a lot of the fanboys. So yeah, I was a fanboy, just like a lot of other people were, and until I got a PS3. So you can say I'm a fanboy, PS3 fanboy now, but hey, look, there's proof that I had an Xbox. So that's my second one too. So yeah, PS3. I realized it was better. A lot of people didn't realize it when they had like Solid Red. I mean, 360 had better games in 2007 and 2006 if you want to count 2006. But yeah, but then it fucking broke on me. It had all its fucking problems, so I'm like, screw it. So I got a PS3. So I was a fanboy, 360 fanboy at the beginning. I mean, I didn't really know about next gen that time because I mean I was still like what, 15 years old, I guess. I don't know, around there. I was still in the last gen, so then I finally got a 360, but that fucked up. So yeah, that's about it. That's my next gen experience, I guess you can say. That's about it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.